everybody, it's Karen here. Hope you're okay, keeping well, keeping safe, keeping busy. I've got a little craft idea that I thought you might like to try to make a sun catcher. So it's made out of a plastic bottle and you can hang it up in your window if you can't get outside, or if you've got a garden, you can hang it up on the tree or somewhere where it catches the light and catches the wind, and it makes a really nice sound. And all the little sequins and colour and things and sparkle pick up the light as well as it moves round. So good fun, easy thing to make. What you do is you start with a plastic bottle. So just an empty plastic bottle, taking the label off. And what you do is you work with some colour across the surface. Now because it's plastic, there's only a few things that will work with that. So what I've used is some permanent pens. You can see here there's lots of really bright colour on this one. You see greens and reds and blues, yellows. You can do any rainbow colours, any colours that you want. You can colour it in any way you want to do. So I've just used really kind of scribbly marks, because when you cut it up you won't really see anyway, and it's quite nice with a pattern on it. So I've used these Sharpie pens. Again, you can buy these from the supermarket. You don't have to go to a special craft shop or anything for them. Some of you might already have some. So they're permanent markers, remember. Or normal felt pens won't work on the plastic. It has to be them. So you cover the surface in lots of nice bright colours. And then what we do is we add the sparkle. So to do this we need a plastic sheet down because it can get a bit messy. And we also need some sparkles. So I've got some little sequins here that you can see. And you can buy these in the supermarket. A lot of them have just in a craft section. You can buy these little different ones, all different shapes and colours. You can see them reflecting the light there. But you could also use something like glitter glue as well. And again, you can buy glitter glue quite cheaply too from the supermarket. I think Asda and Morrison's, Tesco's, all these kind of supermarkets sell all these crafty things now. So we've got some of those to use as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on our glue. So I've got a PVA glue, the one that has got a very fine nozzle works best, that when you put it on it comes out a bit like toothpaste, thin toothpaste. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spiral round and drip the glue all over the surface of the bottle. There we go, all over the surface. We'll get a really good coating of glue. Do swirly patterns, do whatever you want, doesn't matter, as long as it gets enough glue on it so that when we put the sequins and the sparkle, they've got something to stick to. There we go. Okay. And then what we do, the good fun bit is now we're going to put the sequins over them, over the glue. Okay, so we're going to tip it up and just sprinkle away. Again, that's why it's good you got a bit of plastic or something down, because it catches all the ones that fall off. You can reuse them. There we go. You end up with something which is really sparkly and nice. Okay. And then if you've got any glitter glue, you might want to put that on. I've got a nice silver here I'm going to use. And again, you could just do swirly patterns all over the surface. Try and, if you can, move your bottle around so that you're covering it all. Get a nice spread. There we go. Oh, that's going to look lovely when the sun catches it. It's going to look really nice. We'll put a nice bit of red here as well. And get those off, that's it. There we go. There we are. Okay. Wow, that's looking brilliant. So what we need to do is leave that to dry for about 24 hours. It does take a little while to dry. Okay, so leave it somewhere where it's not gonna get bumped or touched, somewhere out the way, and it will dry nicely there. Okay, so I'm going to put this on one side and I'll show you one that I did yesterday. Put that one over there. There we go. So this is one that's all nice and dry now that we did yesterday. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to cut it up. Now you might need a little bit of help to start off with, because you need to make a hole at the very top of the bottle. So make a hole at the top so that you can put the scissors in and start cutting, and that can be a bit tricky. So it's a good idea, let's put these things out of the way, it's a good idea if you've got a bit of help to do that. So you could do with a sharp, really sharp pair of scissors, but because it's slidey plastic, I would get a bit of a help with that, just to make sure you don't hurt yourself. So when you've got your little hole in the top, you can then put your scissors in, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut round the bottle in a spiral, okay? Because you remember how the one look that I've already done, you're getting these lovely spiral shapes. So we need to cut round in a spiral, okay? So I'm going to put my scissors in the top, find where that little hole's gone that we started. There it is. And we're going to make a really nice spiral all the way around. Now you might have to cut through some of your sequins, but that's all right. And just keep going round and round. Some of them might fall off as you're working, but plenty will keep stuck onto the surface, so it's okay. And all the way around. Keep going, cutting down at an angle. You see what I'm doing? Yeah, so you see what I'm doing? It's cutting into a spiral. There we are. And when you get to the very bottom, what you're going to do is just cut round the base. You're cutting the base off. There we go. So there we are, there's the base. Okay, you see that there. So we don't need that. So what we've got is a big spiral. See how tall it is? Pretty big spiral. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're going to cut into the spiral. So we're going to cut in the spiral in half. Alright, so go from the point. So if you start from the very pointy end and cut all the way down. So this time we're going to cut up rather than down. And we're cutting the spiral that we've just made in half. Right up to the top of the bottle. That's it. Right up as far as you can go to the top of the bottle. Alright. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. Yeah, see that? Really catching the light. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut each of the spirals. We've made 2 spirals now, and we're going to cut both of those in half as well. So again, we go from the pointy, right from the very point at the end, and cut the point in half, and then cut all the way up. And we do the same on both sides. It's quite easy to cut. You get to the sequins, just cut through them. And it doesn't matter if you lose a few along the way. There's plenty more there. Oh. Right to the very top. And then the last one, cut in half, again right from the point all the way up. So that gives you 4 spirals altogether. Hey. Isn't that lovely? And it's got quite a nice rainbow theme to it as well, which is really nice given all the rainbows that are around just now that people are hanging up in the windows to show support for the NHS. So it's a different type of rainbow, but it's really lovely. So the way we hang it is we take the top off your bottle, and what we're going to do again, you might need a little bit of help. We're going to put a hole right through the centre of the lid. So you need a sharp pair of scissors, a steady hand, again maybe someone to help you, and we push down to make the hole into the top of the bottle. And then we've made a really nice hole in the top. We can then thread the string through. So any garden string would do, or any even some wool if you've got it, anything at all that's strong enough to hold it up. I've got a nice wee hole through there now. So I'm going to take a bit of garden string here. Okay. So we've got our string through the hole now. So what we're going to do is put a really nice big knot in it. So it needs to be a nice, great big fat knot, because you don't want it to pull through the hole that you've just made. So make it as big as you can. There we go. Just so it holds really well, holds the weight of the bottle. Okay, and then what we do is we just attach it on. There we go, screw it back on again. Ta-da! There we are. That's it. And it catches the light beautifully with all the little sparkly bits on it. There it is. All ready to hang on a tree, even your washing line, or hang up at a window. Have fun, guys. Bye.